How's it going, YouTube? And welcome to a new episode of First Timers. Now, on today's episode, or it's going to be on our tech edition here, we're going to be looking at the Elite Controller 1 and how to pretty much replace the actual diamond grips that tend to go bad on them on the rear, pretty much right where your hand kind of goes and holds. Pretty much they start to peel up and they come off. Unfortunately, my son was able to pry one completely off, as you can kind of see there. One is pretty much has the diamond grip, the other one does not. It is gone. And, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, is the controller garbage? No. Amazon actually sells a kit to replace them. And you can kind of see it right there. It is one of those things that I am very excited to actually take a look at. Now, you have to keep in mind I have already pulled off the backing here, but I'll kind of go over that in a little bit of how I removed it and all that good stuff. But you can kind of see here from the original to this one here, they look almost identical across the board, even on the back side here. You know, this side's the new one, this side's the old one here, and pretty much they look pretty much identical. So I'm very excited to try these out. Now, I've seen some people try to glue these down, but the problem that you'll have is it just doesn't ever really lay flat when you try to re-glue it, and the edges might come folding out and all that good stuff. So again, for the price that this was, it was a lot cheaper than me trying to mess with this guy, or mess with this guy that's missing it, to make it look just as good as the new one here. Like I said, it's very easy to put on, and I'll kind of showcase again how I took it off first. Now, on the controller, there's a little spot, that's kind of open between the trigger that you can actually pry on. And I was kind of bummed because, one of the things before I even got the kit, I was kind of like, okay, I can actually sit there and pull this off before I get it. And it was funny, if I would have just waited, I would have been able to actually use a tool that actually came with this kit to actually kind of slide in and pry the controller apart. So it's actually very cool that they actually include this. The plastic is actually pretty tough there. As you can kind of see when I'm bending it, this portion flexes, not the actual little L angle here that they have on there. So it is actually very strong. But overall, like I said, I'm actually excited. So let's actually put this, let's start putting this back together really fast, because I am really excited about that. So anyway, let's do this. Woo! Alright guys, so as far as this controller new pieces are concerned, these actually feel amazing. They have like a different feel to them. They don't feel as grippy as the ones that actually came with the Elite controller. It does have a little bit of a different feel. I really can't describe it. This one, like I said, I don't want to say feels sticky, but it just has that, it has like a whole different feel into it. But again, when you're looking at the patterns look pretty much identical across the board, but it's just this one, it just feels like the rubber is not as soft. But overall, I'm not complaining. This is gonna make my controller look and feel like my Elite controller again. So I am very, 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 very excited. And like I was saying, again, this comes with a tool, and when the edge is on here, actually let's put one on just so you guys can kind of see it here. So pretty much when it goes on, all you have to do is slide in on the bottom corner here. You should be able to slide right on in the bottom corner to get that in first. So you kind of want that point down in, and then you should just be able to push it right on. Now I was kind of using my nail there. That is okay. And you can kind of see it pretty much has a pretty good look where it's almost identical. So again, I just literally put this corner in, so it has like a little dropper piece right there that you want to kind of push right into its home, and then once it is in its home right there, then you can kind of start to push it all the way down. So let's line it up at the bottom corner first, and then just push across the top, and boom, it literally slides right in. And again, my controller feels like an Elite controller again, and it's like one of my favorite things about this controller is just being able to pull different stick heights, different D-pad feel, buttons on the bottom. So like I said, this controller just it feels like my controller again. When this came off, I was really bummed. I was just like, wow, I didn't even know these can actually come off, and I was kind of bummed about that. But other than that, like I said, it has, like I said, a different feel. It just doesn't feel as soft, considering this one's still worn down a little bit. This one just feels hard. Maybe that's how it felt before. I don't have a new Elite 1 controller to feel, but again, like even the inside feels a little different from the outside. This feels harder, and the insides feel softer. But again, I am very excited that my controller is back to normal. That's actually a very, 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 very easy change out. Literally, it took me a few minutes to pry the sides off. As you saw in the video earlier, it was just one of those things that once I was able to get, you could probably even use your nail and try to pry on it a little bit with the trigger down and try to pull on it. It was easier with a little bit of leverage, and I'm assuming that's why they send this tool, so you can kind of start to pry between the line and separate the actual new, not the new grip, but the original grip, so you can put on the new grip. Like I said, that's actually pretty nice that they actually had this. Before I even got the kit, I didn't even know this was going to come with it, or else I would have waited so you guys could have saw this in action. But of course me, I was like, oh, I could pry it off and get to it and all that good stuff. But yeah, like I said, very easy change out. Something I would definitely recommend. I will have the link in the description below, so you can definitely go and check it out and see, if you need to replace them, or you pretty much picked up an old Elite controller and it still feels like it should work just fine, and it's missing the outside diamond grip. It's easy to replace and took very little time to replace. Anyway, guys, like I said, I'm super excited. Now I'm gonna go game. I'm gonna go play some KO Knockout City and have some fun. Anyway, guys, we'll see you next time. Peace, and don't forget, smash that like. Definitely helps out with our engagement. And if you guys have any questions or comments, definitely leave them below. Anyway, guys, peace. Woo!